Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Hi Vince.
Hi Cap.
What do you recommend today?
Today I'm going to recommend, I think everybody needs to have one of these. Granted, I realize it's kind of impossible. I'm going to recommend Cap. I'm going to recommend Cap.
You're going to recommend me?
I'm going to recommend Cap.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm flattered.
Yeah, you should be.
Okay.
Flattered and flabbergasted.
I'm flabbergasted. Okay. All right.
You can be frustrated if you want to, but I'm still going to recommend you.
Well, what's so great about me, Vince? Oh.
Well, you know, he's a decent guy. He's a good dad, right? He and his wife have a lot of rapport. You know, I'm just saying, if you want somebody to have some rapport with, it's Captain Logan's a good one to have rapport with. He's pretty good at editing film. That's all I'm saying. Is if you've ever seen anything, I don't know where you could have possibly seen whatever he's done before. Couldn't possibly be watching a video right now. He's probably edited something that maybe you would have seen, or are seeing. That's all I'm saying. And so Captain Logan's worth recommending because he has a full head of hair. That's nice. I've always kind of admired guys that have a full head of hair. And there's something about dudes with glasses. I don't know. I just think it's more distinguished. I think men that wear glasses, they just look smarter. They're not necessarily smarter. I mean, he is smarter. He's a well-educated guy. But in the words of somebody that I was talking to about an English degree, their words, not mine, they said, "Oh, you have an English degree, so you're highly educated." Well, but yeah, he's educated. He's a good dude. So I recommend Captain Logan. If nothing else, you know, he's good for a laugh or two. He can, like, I don't know, hold stuff because he has hands and things. He's pretty good at that. So, you know, just ask him. Ask him sometime. "Hey, Captain Logan, can you hold something?" And he'll say, "As a matter of fact, I can, as long as you don't specify what it is, because some things I can't hold. I can't hold a bus. Not Superman. You don't have to be Superman to be a good dude, so that's why I'm recommending Captain Logan." There you go.
Well, Vince, I really appreciate all of that. I do have to say, and I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, but I do have to say that last part is not especially unusual.
That's true. I'm just saying, sometimes things need to be praised, even
I
though...
thought you were going to say sometimes things need to be held. Look, sometimes...
I just wanted to hold something up as a good example.
I recommend Captain Logan because he can help you move boxes.
I'm just saying we shouldn't take anything for granted, because some people can't hold things because they don't have hands. I mean, which isn't anything against them, but they just can't do it. Today,
well, thanks, Vince.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for recommending me. Today, I'm gonna recommend Vince. Yeah, I'm gonna recommend Vince.
I'm flabbergasted.
Now I know some people are probably watching this and thinking, well, that's a little more of a "you'll so want this," really, because
That's what the ladies say.
I got this one, and there's not really, I mean, I guess. There's other people that have Vince too, like his parents and his wife, and to varying degrees. We have our friendships with Vince, and one person has a marriage with Vince, and there's also that sort. So I'm not saying that you're really gonna be, but I recommend Vince, and certainly I recommend watching Vince. But yeah, so I recommend Vince because Vince is hilarious, because Vince is a funny guy. Vince doesn't even have to talk to make you laugh. He really doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't even have to talk to make you feel slightly uncomfortable, but anyway, so I recommend, we should do an entire video that's nothing but that. I recommend Vince because he is incredibly clever. He's incredibly entertaining. He's really good at improvisation. And if you are in a even slightly bad mood, Vince is going to either make you feel better or annoy the crap out of you until you do feel a little bit better. Which is accurate. Which is not a skill that we all possess, and I recommend Vince for that. I recommend Vince because he's a lot of fun to hang out with. He's great on road trips. He's a lot of fun going to dinner with. He makes you forget about your troubles. That's Vince, and so for those reasons, I recommend Vince.
I've been putting drugs in his drinks for years. He has no idea that's the reason he forgets his troubles. I'm like, somebody's going to like my jokes, by God.
Oh. Man, I thought that kind of thing only happened in Smallville.
But
apparently hanging out with Vince makes you also lose all your memories. Oh, okay, all right. Well, I didn't remember that.
It's a skill that both Superman and I have, but we achieve it in different ways. I use drugs, he uses smooches. So,
well, anyway,
right?
yes, he does. Yeah,
I was like, I'm not remembering something that didn't happen, right?
Nope.
Well, I mean, of course, I'm remembering something that didn't happen.
That happened in
It's
Superman
fiction.
2, and then in the middle of Superman 4, just to make himself feel better for a minute, he gave Lois Lane her memories back, and then he kissed her again and made her forget it again. And that cannot be good for her brain.
It's kind of like Men in Black. No flashy thing or too many times.
That's true. That's exactly like that, except it predates that.
Yep.
But that's hilarious.
There you go.
So Superman's like flashy thing in people.
Yep. Men in red and blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Okay.
man and
So
singular.
So today Vince and I recommended each other because I think Vince is a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, I think Cap's a pretty cool guy. Yeah. So there you go.
Well, everybody, thanks always for watching.
Yeah, support your local Cap store. Because you can actually go to one of them.
Yeah, that's right. I've been trying to convince people for years to open a Vince store. I'm trying to convince them.
You could convince somebody to sell you a cap in a Cap store.
Yeah, that's true. You could.
Seems like an easy thing considering it's a capitalist society. You can do whatever the heck you
It's
want.
a cap
Ah!
society.
I love it. This is going to go on for years.
No, well, it's not going to go on for recording any longer. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. We sure appreciate it. We'll see you again next week where we'll recommend something probably tangible. I'm Captain Logan. Well, we are tangible, but
Evidence.
look, I can hold this. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
I don't know what to do with my hands.